Silky beat.
Hello guys, we're Felt aka Feltspace here, back again with another video. So in today's video, I'll be going over the best maps to snipe on COD Mobile. I'll be ranking these maps to help you guys better specify your matchmaking settings in game. So before we begin, I would appreciate it if you guys could drop a thumbs up, sub if you're new around here, hit the bell notifications, comment Noti Gang, really help support me, and we're going insanely fast, so I want to thank you guys for that. But anyways, let's get on with the video. So with sniping, I decided to not do a specific order because there's a few maps that in my opinion are not really competent to each other, if that makes any sense. So instead, I decided to have 3 different categories for each type of sniper you are, or your playstyle is, whatever you want to call it. I also include the best map to improve at sniping, so in total 4 maps. But anyways, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So for medium to long range snipers who love cover fire, I would go for takeoff. And before you guys actually come at me saying where the heck is crossfire, just hear me out. I personally say that for another category, and I personally think there are many medium to long range fights on takeoff as well. On top of this, takeoff, there's so many high ground positions in the 4 corner buildings that often give you a great view of the map, most prominently mid map, which is great to get snipers at range since mid map is pretty much always the most populated area. And again, you have high ground and cover fire too. What more could you ask for? So yeah, for long range, for long range, and for those who are more patient, go for takeoff. Next up, we have close to medium range snipers who want their highest chance at hitting clips, and for this I'd say to go for crash. The reason I say this is because the main spawn route from both sides of the map is very open, making it a lot easier to spawn trap and quickscope. This way you see a lot of collateral squad feeds on this map, especially at the enemy spawn. On, for instance, our SWIR top 5 plays, you see this a lot. Link to the SWIR channel will be in the description below. There are many buildings also located in and around, making spawn trapping, sniping a lot more possible from not just the middle but also the flanks, which is extremely OP as well. To top it all off, mid map has no real cover fire except like 1 or 2 vehicles / cars. So if you're playing a mode like domination, the enemies have to be there, which makes hitting those clips and especially quick scoping in that area a lot easier because you still have cover fire, which are those buildings and pillars as well as some vehicles, but the enemies really don't, since they have to hold B dom. Now obviously this could work against you, but essentially to combat that, just don't cap B and sort of try not to win the game and let the enemy get in B, then act on it later on. Obviously a lot easier understood in game rather than explaining, but I hope that helped you guys out. The next map is solely for trickshotters, which is actually standoff, and I did mention this in a previous video, so for that reason I did use the same script, so that's why it's going to be very similar to what I said in the best trickshotting maps video. But anyways, the reason I say standoff is because it is built around high buildings and high ground areas. And if you spawn on the ladder side, not the patrol station spawn, you have access to a high ground and get a view right across the map, which makes long range trick shots easy right at the beginning because you can quickly surprise your enemy. There are also climbable roof areas and buildings towards mid map, so if you're not playing a mode like domination, it is if you are playing a mode like domination, it is really easy to trick shot multiple enemies in B-dom. Overall, there are just many high ground areas from tanks to roofs, which make for many great trick shots and easy trick shots, both up close with the tanks and long range with the roof peaks as well. Finally, we have the best map for players to improve, which in my opinion is crossfire, and it's pretty much in the name. There's so much crossfire which forces you to get off your shot before the enemy in order to be successful. This occurs because there's so much open space in the middle where a lot of enemies will often snipe as well, so it creates a sniper only atmosphere and helps you in building skills like strafing and using cover fire in order to dodge the enemy bullets while simultaneously improving your aim at the same time. What I would recommend is to actually go at the far back of the map or in one of the side buildings and peek from the window and just practice locking in on enemies, meaning you don't have to readjust your aim after shooting. The way you do this is by lining up your crosshairs with the enemy before shooting, and this will allow you to be a lot more accurate since you don't have to readjust your aim to hit clips every time, and it can be really efficient and overall improve your sniping. So again, for medium to long range patient players, play takeoff. For quick scopers and those who want to hit clips, play crash. For trickshotters, play standoff, and for those who want to improve at sniping, definitely play crossfire. Again, these are my personal opinions, so feel free to do what is best for you. And that is all for the best maps to snipe on COD Mobile. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notifications if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Yo!